Hey guys, we're here for another week of Magic here. So today I'm going to be playing Standard. I'm going to be doing one of the Standard leagues. So I'm going to be playing 5 games. I'm playing the blue-white Aetherflux Reservoir combo deck. It's pretty much the aim of it is to play as many spells as you can in one turn, and gaining life with Aetherflux Reservoir, and then eventually just dealing 50 damage to the player in one hit. Deck's filled with lots of, the 2 0-drops and 4 ofs that are in standard at the moment. Then there's lots of 1-drops, and then there's a few things like Glintless Crane to help you get the Aetherflux Reservoir into your hand. The big one here comes with Paradoxical Outcome, so it return any number of target non-land, non-token permanents you control to those hands, and then draw a card for each card returned this way. So pretty much, you throw as many of these 0-drops out on the field, you play Paradoxical Outcome, and then you just do it all again, and it can very quickly just lead to a instant win, pretty much. I've chosen to go for a bit more of a controlling version of this deck, using Unsubstantiate. It's a soft counter, I suppose. It doesn't really deal with it permanently, but it does deal with it for the turn usually, and if need be, it can also aid with the combo. Crush Tentacles is obviously in there for a more defensive measure. If they start getting stuff on the field, then you've got to get rid of it. And same with Reflect the Mage there. It's just pretty much surviving long enough till you can combo off. Over in the sideboard, we've got Fragmentize, just because things like Smuggler's Copter, and there's a few other vehicles and such, and there are enough other enchantments and artifacts that need to be dealt with. Blessed Alliance just gains a little bit of life as well, but most importantly, the sacrifice mechanic. Declaration Stone, same deal. Fumigate, pretty much any deck that plans on gumming up the board is great in. Linvala is also pretty good for those situations. Ceremonious Rejection again for the things like Smuggler's Copter and all the other artifacts. And the Eldrazi as well. It doesn't counter the cast abilities, but it at least counters the creatures themselves. And then Disappearing Act. This is... I've kind of just thrown this in just because of the return to hand additional cost. So it helps return, just say a 0-drop to your hand when you cast it. It's a very weak combo thing, I suppose. So yeah, let's get into the games.